A view live along the coast this morning. Hey, wouldn't it be nice to retire and just spend all of your time on the beach? Well, if you've ever dreamed of leaving that full-time working schedule behind and retiring early, we may be able to help you today. Many of us dream about it, but can you afford to do it? Join us this morning is our certified financial planner, Joe Bert. Always good to see you.
Morning, John.
Great to have you here
Good
today.
to be here.
You know, a lot of people want to retire early, but maybe haven't thought through the process. What do they need to know about this?
What they need to know is when they retire early, they've got to plan on 25 or 30 years in retirement.
You have to save a lot of money to live 25 years on that.
The toughest cases that I work on are clients that have retired too early, that haven't done any planning, come to see us 6 or 8 years in retirement, the wheels are coming off, and they've got to make some radical lifestyle changes.
Okay, so what do you have to have ready if you want to retire early, or let's be honest, retire at all at this point, right?
Well, first of all, when you retire, you've got Social Security. And the difference between your standard of living and your Social Security is what you've been able to save throughout your retirement years. And unfortunately today, people aren't able to save, and that's the challenge that America has today. We have a retirement crisis in this country.
I mean, people used to have, what, the 4 pillars, right? So they would have some investments, they'd have their house, they'd have Social Security, and a pension.
Yep.
Not anymore.
No.
So that's changed your job, hasn't it, guiding people through this?
Tremendously. You know, in the old days, people worked for the same company 25, 30 years, had a pension coming in, they had Social Security, house was paid for. They didn't have the expensive college costs, the big weddings, all those things that families deal with today. And now families are in their 50s, and they're looking at 10 years away from retirement and said, man, we haven't done anything. We've got a crisis in this country.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, especially people my age, are now thinking, okay, you're trying to save for retirement, but then you've got the kids a few years out from college. Right. How do you advise people? Which do you do first? Do you do both, or do you do just one?
Do not sacrifice your retirement for your kids' education.
Why is that?
Because if you do that, you'll be living in your kid's basement. I'm telling you. And that's what, unfortunately, many parents do that today. They give the big expensive college and then the wedding following and all that stuff because it makes us feel good. You've got to figure out how you're going to do it. Send the kids to community college for a couple of years, have them get some loans, pay for it themselves, or a lot of it. Because if you're sacrificing for your kids, you're going to pay the price in later years. And that's a tough thing as a parent. I understand. I'm a parent. You're a parent. You know what it's like. But really, when you add up the dollars and cents that it takes to retire today, it's going to take a lot more than you think it is.
It sunk into me. I heard somebody say the other day, you can get a loan for college, you can't get a loan for retirement.
Exactly.
So do the retirement first. So what, load up on the 401k, is that first?
That's a silver bullet. You got to maximize your contribution, your 401k. You ought to be striving, if you're under the age of 50, to put in the 18,000. If you're over the age of 50, strive for the 24,000. If you can do that, you're ahead of 95% of America.
I'm curious too about your clients who have been successful. Do they plan on living in the house they're in now after retirement? Because for a lot of people, you know, that's a couple $100,000 in equity they can pull out and move somewhere else.
Exactly.
What do you hear from people?
When we do planning, we look at, that's a very important question. Are you planning on staying where you are? Many people think, you know, it'd be good downsizing. You should see the big difference it makes if you get rid of that 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house with a swimming pool and downsize early on. It makes a huge difference in what you has available at retirement.
And just move to the beach.
You got it. That's even more expensive though.
Hey, Joe, how can people get in touch with you?
Just Google me, Joe Bert, 2 words, B-E-R-T.
You going to the beach?
No.
Not today?